Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Are you tired of spending endless hours with your nose buried in a book, only to feel like you've retained almost nothing? Do you have a huge exam coming up and feel like there just isn't enough time in the day? If that sounds like you, then you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to share some game-changing strategies on how to study faster, smarter, and actually remember what you learn, so you can ace those tests without pulling all-nighters. These aren't just random tips. They're scientifically backed techniques that top students and memory champions use. So, grab a notebook and let's transform your study sessions from a marathon of pain into a sprint of productivity. First things first, we need to talk about the myth of multitasking. We all think we're great at it, replying to texts, listening to music, and trying to understand quantum physics all at once. The hard truth? It doesn't work. Our brains are wired for single tasking. When you try to do multiple things, you're not actually multitasking, you're task switching. Every time you switch, your brain has to refocus, which wastes precious time and mental energy. So, the first rule of efficient studying is to create a distraction-free zone. Put your phone on silent and in another room. Close all those unnecessary tabs on your browser. Find a quiet space. By giving your full attention to one subject for a set period, you'll absorb information much faster than if you were constantly being pulled in different directions. Trust me on this, it's a total game changer. Now that we've eliminated distractions, let's talk about how we study. Are you a passive learner or an active one? Passive learning is when you just read your textbook over and over or watch a lecture without engaging. It feels like you're working, but the information goes in one ear and out the other. Active learning, on the other hand, is where the magic happens. This means you have to actively engage with the material. So, how do you do it? Instead of just highlighting, try summarizing each chapter in your own words without looking at the book. Create flashcards. Better yet, try to teach the concept to someone else, even if it's just your pet cat or a rubber duck. The act of explaining forces your brain to organize the information in a coherent way, which cements it in your memory. This is called the Feynman technique, and it's incredibly powerful. Let's dive deeper into active recall. This is the single most effective study technique you can use. Instead of rereading your notes, close the book and try to recall the information from scratch. Write down everything you can remember about a topic. This might feel difficult and even a bit frustrating at first because it exposes the gaps in your knowledge. But that's the whole point. By forcing your brain to retrieve information, you are strengthening those neural pathways, making the memory stronger and more durable. It's like lifting weights for your brain. The more you struggle to recall something, the stronger that memory becomes once you finally get it. So, test yourself constantly. Use practice questions, make your own quizzes, and embrace the struggle, because that's where the real learning is happening. Okay, so we're studying actively, but how do we structure our time for maximum efficiency? Forget about those 8-hour marathon study sessions. Our brains can only focus for so long before performance plummets. The answer is the Pomodoro technique. It's simple. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work with intense focus on a single task. When the timer goes off, take a short 5-minute break. Stretch, grab a glass of water, or just stare out the window. After 4 of these Pomodoros, take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. This method works because it breaks down a daunting task into manageable chunks, which prevents burnout and keeps your mind fresh and focused. It trains your brain to concentrate in short bursts, which over time actually increases your overall attention span. It's about working smarter, not harder. Now, let's talk about making information stick. Our brains love stories and connections. Rote memorization of isolated facts is incredibly difficult. The trick is to connect what you're learning to something you already know. Create vivid mental images or ridiculous associations. For example, if you need to remember that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, imagine a mighty condor flexing its muscles inside a prison cell. It sounds silly, but the crazier the image, the more memorable it will be. Use mnemonics, acronyms, or even songs to help you remember lists and processes. By building a web of connections, you're giving your brain multiple pathways to retrieve the information later. You're not just memorizing a fact, you're understanding its place in the bigger picture, which is key for long-term retention. Another powerful technique for retaining huge amounts of information is called spaced repetition. Have you ever crammed for a test, done well, and then forgotten everything a week later? That's because you didn't give your brain time to move that information from short-term to long-term memory. Spaced repetition solves this. The idea is to review information at increasing intervals. You might review a new concept after 1 day, then after 3 days, then a week, then a month. This interrupts the natural process of forgetting. Each time you recall the information, you're telling your brain, "Hey, this is important. Don't throw it away." There are great apps like Anki or Quizlet that use spaced repetition algorithms to automatically schedule your review sessions. It's like having a personal tutor who knows exactly when you need to review each topic. Let's not forget the basics. Your physical health is directly tied to your brain's performance. You can have the best study techniques in the world, but if you're sleep-deprived and running on junk food, your brain won't be able to function at its best. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity for memory consolidation. During deep sleep, your brain processes and stores the information you learned during the day. So aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Similarly, fuel your brain with nutritious food. Foods rich in omega-3s like fish and walnuts, as well as antioxidants found in berries, are fantastic for cognitive function. And don't forget to hydrate. Even mild dehydration can impair your focus and memory. A healthy body truly supports a healthy, high-performing mind. Finally, let's put it all together into a pre-exam strategy. Don't start studying the night before. Begin at least a week in advance. Start by getting a bird's eye view of the material. Skim the chapters and review your notes to understand the scope. Then, break the material down into smaller, manageable chunks. Dedicate specific Pomodoro sessions to each chunk, focusing on active recall and the Feynman technique. Create your flashcards or summaries. Then, implement spaced repetition, reviewing older material before you tackle new topics. In the final couple of days, focus almost entirely on practice tests and self-quizzing. This simulates the exam environment and builds your confidence. Remember to get a good night's sleep before the big day. Walk into that exam hall calm, prepared, and ready to show what you know. So there you have it, a complete toolkit to help you study faster, reduce your stress, and actually retain what you learn. Remember to ditch multitasking, embrace active recall, use the Pomodoro technique, make connections, use spaced repetition, and take care of your physical health. It might take a little practice to make these techniques a habit, but I promise the payoff in your grades and your free time will be absolutely worth it. You've got this. Thank you so much for watching. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss out on more tips to help you succeed. Let me know in the comments which one of these techniques you're going to try first. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.